Hi traders, this is Mikael Furusjö from beststrategiesfortrading.com. Today we're going to prepare the key level for the US market for the 8th of November 2013. We're going to look into about 15 stocks, 15 charts for key levels taken from price action. First I'm going to show you some quick example of price action, how it works. Price action is coming from the resistance from former troughs or former peaks. This is a perfect example from the SPY, the tracking ETF of the S&P 500. You have the peak from the 2000, and then when the price comes up to that level again, it retraces and bounce back. It's a contrarian swing trading philosophy. Okay, you can also use it as with trend lines. You could connect several troughs and for that reason come up with the bounce level for the next trough in the future. You can see here is a perfect example. It can also come from the most used moving average, the 200 moving average. It's the red line in my chart here. You can see several examples of how the 200 moving average is building a support or resistance line. You have example here, you have an example here, you have an example here, and so on. So that's the kind of level of contrarian swing trading method we are going to use. Okay, before I'm gonna take the first chart, I'm gonna also tell you that the chart, the stocks I'm looking at, is always having more than $10 million in average daily turnover. That's the reason why I'm only taking a look at those. Okay, first chart, waist connection. This chart is showing price resistance at 40. You have the 200 moving average coming in at 40.18, and then you have a symbolic number of 40. So that's my level for VCN. And then I'm also going to check if WCN has any earnings coming up, because you don't want to take a trade one day and then the next morning before the opening the company has an earnings release that moved the stock about 5-10% not in your favor. That is not a happy way of trading. Okay, no earnings coming up for WCN. Next chart, X-ray. We got a peak back in 2007, and you will have the exact level at 47.84. That's the level I'm going to use for a retrace. Does X-ray have any earnings? No earnings for X-ray. Next chart, ASML holding. This time I'm going to use the 200 moving average as a price resistance. We have the level at 82.24. That's the level I'm going to use. ASML, the US version of the no earnings coming up. Next chart, Brown and Brown. And with this example I have a trend line. You connect this trough to that trough, and then you come up with a point pretty close where the price is trading at the moment. And when I charted this earlier, I come up with the exact price of 30.55, and that's actually also what I'm using is this trough around here. That's why I'm coming up with 30.55. That's the level I'm going to use. As bro, any earning is coming up soon. No, not any earnings for bro. Comerica, CMA. We have a peak back in 2010. Change to monthly, it's easy to see where it is. 45.84. CMA. Any earnings? No, no earnings. Next chart is Quest Diag. Change to daily. And you have this peak here. 64.87 is the high for that peak. DGX, any earnings? Nope, no earnings. FSL, you got a trend line. You have to connect this trough here with this trough, and you will have this level. And when I calculate this before, I come up with the exact level of 14.53. That's the level I'm going to use. FSL, any earnings? Nope, no earnings. Chart Industries, next chart, and this is actually something that my algorithm didn't find yesterday, or actually I didn't run my algorithm just before the close. That's why I missed this chart. So what I have to do is to put my buy limit order just below the level. The level was hit yesterday, but it's still on the level. So I have put my order at 96.84, and the 200 moving average is 96.91. Also, of course, checking if GTLS has any earnings tomorrow or in the near future. No. This is actually the level, and it's still on the level, so that's why I'm taking this chart also. Coles Corp, this one has been on my list for a while. I'm using this high pivot, this high peak, 60.89. Once more check for earnings on KSS. It's next Thursday. Okay, gonna keep it today. On Monday. If not hit, we're gonna take it away. Okay, next chart. LUV. We got a level here. It's 1820 from the highs here. LUV. No earnings. Need resources. This is the level. And I have the level at 33.75. I know New Resources doesn't have any earnings in Horizon. Euronext. I'm using this minor peak, but still it's peak, and you have the level at 45.98. I know that Euronext doesn't have any earnings close by, and for All Republic I'm using this high peak 17.25. I know that it doesn't have any earnings close by, and for this I'm using this peak at 101.07. I know SLE doesn't have any earnings. I have to wrap this up quite quickly because you can't have any more than 15 minutes on YouTube at the moment, so that's why I want to wrap it up quickly. We have Soho, and this is actually a trend line. No, it's 200 moving average, and it's at 60 even number. I put my level, so I should have taken the level at the actually 200 moving average, but still I'm having my level at 60. It doesn't have any earnings, I know that, and that was all. So take a quick look at all my levels. ASML 82.24, Bro 30.55, SMA 45.84, GTX 64.87, FSL 14.53, that was a buy, GTLS 96.84, buy limit, KSS 60.89, Southwest Airlines sell, short sell limit at 18.20, New Resources 30.75, short sell, Euronext 45.98, short sell, All Republic 17.25, short sell, SLG 101.07, short sell, Soho buy at 60, WCN at 40, a buy limit, and X-Ray 47.84, that's a short sell limit. That was all my present own swing trade limits. Please be advised, this is my personal opinion. This is any advice about how you should trade financially. This is a theoretical view from my standpoint, and if you do any trade, do it on your own discretion. And please remember that every kind of financial trade is coming up with some kind of risk. Remember that, and thanks for your time, and happy trading. Bye.